Okay, so we're going to change filament colors, which means I'm going to change, in this case, my purple to gray. In order to change your filament, you're going to click on your little button here, go down to Setup, go down to Preheat Soft Pull. That means you're changing out the filament when it says Preheat Soft Pull. Notice our goal is for this to only be 100 degrees, which is hot enough to pull the filament out and push it in, but not hot enough to print. And you can see I'm rapidly getting to 100 degrees. Once this hits 100 degrees, and it's already surpassed it, I'm going to come around to my filament and I'm going to squeeze right here. You can see there's a spring. I want to squeeze the spring in all the way, and then I pull this out. Pretty easy. Then I'm going to pull this up, which will bring this little bar with it. Now, something I want to be sure to do is to keep this wound really tight, which I'm not doing a great job of, but it's important to keep this wound very, very tight. So I'm going to wind this around, and then you'll see these holes. I want to stick it through one of these holes. Stick the filament through a hole, pull it tight. That one broke, so I'm just going to do that one more time. And it broke because it's been sitting out a while. You really want to keep the filament wound tight and in a closed container that has those little packets that keeps the water out. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the gray filament through the hole, but again, I'm trying to keep this wound pretty tight. And then I'm going to put the little bar through the filament spindle or holder and put the little bar down in the notches. Bring this up, and I do the same thing I did to take it out. But this is a little trickier. First of all, I need to cut the filament, so I'm going to use a cutter tool, which looks like this. Okay, and you want to cut it at an angle. So you want to cut the filament at an angle, not a straight cut, but an angled cut. Sometimes I have to do it a couple times to get a cut I like. I'm going to keep this pulled tight. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to push the spring and then push this through, and sometimes it can be a little finicky. This one went pretty easily. And you keep pushing until it stops. And you can't push anymore. And you'll see the filament go through here, which I just saw. And that's what you do to change filament.